Right guys, so bit of a windy day today, but we have a new palm that has turned up. One of the late season bargains here, and we're just going to get this in the ground. This one's purchased from B&M on a half price sale here. So again, a bit more height added to the garden, and we'll see if we can get this in the ground. Alright guys, so we're back in the garden here. Very windy today, got huge gusts coming on. Probably not the best day to be planting out a palm tree here, but we prepared the hole here where we're going to put it. Just going to get this out and take a quick look at some of the roots. Of course, in these sorts of pots we're really not going to have much there at all, if anything, but let's take a look. Alright guys, just having a quick look here, you can see there is a bit of a root system at the bottom here. I know this one has been in the pot slightly longer than some of the others that you may find, but if you can see, the root ball is still very small comparatively to the tree here. This is the issue that you do have with these larger palms, something to bear in mind when you do purchase one, that the root system you get isn't going to be the largest, so it does need a lot of watering and a lot of care sort of once it's gone in. Alright guys, as you can see here, we have managed to get the palm in. It has started raining since I have got it in, so at least it's getting watered in. We've put it right here on the edge of the path here, guys, so kind of walking down to the back of the garden. Now trying to create that bit of a canopy down here. Now, as mentioned in previous videos, when it comes to planting palms, you know, the smaller sizes, the around sort of 1 foot size, trunk size ones are some of the sort of easier ones to get growing. Generally, those would have been pot grown, as opposed to something like this that would have been dug out of a field, you know, losing a lot of its roots. So it is going to take a little bit of time to get roots down before it really starts being able to grow. Now with palms as well, when you do plant the palm, I would suggest getting you know, quite good soil in the hole, so they're, you know, they do you know, appreciate it's kind of a rich soil. But again, with palms, they can grow even on sort of you know, clay underneath and things like that. When I have had a couple of these delivered and taken them out the pot, the bottom of the pots were mostly clay, so just going to show kind of their environment they were growing in before. Now, of course, thinking of the smaller palms, as mentioned, the 1 foot, those will get going nicely. They will be grown in the pot, as mentioned, which just means you've got a nice healthy root system to start with, giving the palm the best chance here. Now, when it comes to sort of height of the palm, you generally want to plant it sort of level to the pot height. Now, I have typically lifted mine by about 2 to 3 inches, just to give them that little extra drainage, as I know the ground here doesn't drain as quickly as it could if you had a more of a gravelly type soil, things like that. So again, typically with planting, as I say, you know, perhaps a very high raised border, you may be all right, but I would say generally you'd want quite a large bit of soil that it can grow into. And again, the problem is, if you do that, is just keeping an eye on the watering needs of the plant as well. Certainly want to give it a good water once you get it in the ground. And now again, as I mentioned on feeding, typically in the first year you really don't need to feed. That can encourage the plant to really get its roots out into the soil, as opposed to kind of keeping in its sort of original root ball that you planted it in. So I mean, it is something you could sort of liquid seaweed and things like that. I would suggest not really feeding too much later than August, as any of that fresh new growth coming into winter could get zapped off and damaged by any sort of cold or wind, things like this here. So now, lastly on that one, guys, when it comes to sort of care of the palms and things like that, again, once they have gotten established in the ground, they really should be sort of, you know, plant to forget kind of plants. They should kind of take care of themselves, especially with the kind of weather that we get. So, of course, thank you for watching the video. If there's anything that I've missed out, you'd like to know a bit more about palms and planting, certainly let me know. I may do a more in-depth video at some point. Certainly, if there's enough interest in that, then we can certainly put that together for you guys. Of course, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.